Hey, everybody, and especially all the female listeners, all the ladies out there. You want to find out what happens when women break the rules? Subscribe to Unladylike right now in your podcast app. The hosts do obsessive research. They find very surprising stories about women's lives. The first episode covers a woman whose doctor recommended an abortion after she miscarried. She thought insurance would cover it. She got a $7,800 medical bill. They're also going to take on breaking the bronze ceiling, riding a bike without getting harassed, and how to be a business witch. Gotta learn how to be a business witch. Witches used to be a bigger factor in society, and I think it's time we bring them back. Add a delightful dose of feminist rage to your week. Subscribe to Unladylike in Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Hello to everybody hiding out in their basement. It's Beautiful Anonymous. 1 hour, one phone call, no names, no holds barred.
I'd rather go one-on-one. I think it'll be more fun, and I'll get to know you, and you'll get to know me.
Hey everybody, it's Chris Gethard here. Welcome to another episode of Beautiful Anonymous. You get to spy on other people who want to spill their guts on phone calls. It's the best job, the best gig. Thanks for supporting the show and let me do it. Couple things to put out there. Get your tickets for those shows at the Bell House in Brooklyn. They're close to selling out. And they may be sold out already. Actually, I'm on vacation right now. I'm on the other side of the world, so recording this ahead of time. You'll hear the intro in a second. It's the one I recorded right when we hung up the phone. But I wanted to just drop this, let you guys know I'm on vacation. That's why you're not hearing me read any of the Facebook comments, reaction, interactivity, stuff that a lot of people like. We'll be back in a couple weeks live and in person, updating this thing and all the interactivity surrounding it. In the meantime, enjoy the call and enjoy the intro I had for it right as it happened. Hello, everybody. It's Chris Gethard. Happy to bring you another episode of Beautiful Anonymous. A young person, early 20s, college student, confused, depressed, not sure what to do, creative, but not sure if that's their ultimate goal. Am I describing myself? Yeah, 25 years ago. I'm also describing today's caller, person I had a lot in common with, person that I felt very comfortable with. And I'll say this, as always, there's some episodes I made out with my teacher. There's some episodes I almost died and had to be rescued by the Coast Guard. Great, those are all great. But you know what else is great? Is that sometimes someone just calls up and tells us who they are, where they're at in life, how they're doing, and it's me and them having a comfortable hour of chit-chat. So if you like that side of the show, you are in luck, my friend, because this is a great example of that. I had a good time, funny moments. I feel like I said a couple funny things. Caller made me laugh a bunch of times. Enjoyed it. Caller, if you're out there, thank you for calling. And like I say a number of times throughout the call, I think you're going to be all right. Enjoy the call.
Thank you for calling Beautiful Anonymous. A beeping noise will indicate when you are on the show with the host.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my gosh, is this Chris?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just never thought I'd ever get on.
No, I'm glad you're here. I also have to say, usually I hear some phone noise or some background. I've never heard a cleaner, clearer phone connection than yours.
Oh wow, I'm honored.
Are you on a landline?
No, I'm in my basement. My dad, when I got on hold, I was like, oh my god, Dad, don't talk to me. I'm making a phone call. And he's like, what's happening? And I was like, I'm going down to the basement. And he was like, okay.
What? You get reception that clear from your basement. That's your basement reception?
Yeah.
You must live.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never been more jealous of anybody.
I'm actually from Belmar, New Jersey. So
Belmar. Used to go down the shore,
Yeah.
baby. Jersey Shore. Used to go there when I was a kid. My best friend when I was a very young kid, I've mentioned him on the show. He's passed away. R.I.P. My friend Josh. His family used to go to Belmar. We used to go there. I remember being very young, 4 or 5 years old, seeing a family of ducks cross the street. Blew my mind. Formative experience in my childhood. Belmar, New Jersey.
Yeah, I don't want to give away myself at all, but I just saw you in Asbury when you were doing Beautiful Anonymous.
Talking about the live show. Thanks. Yeah, that's rad. You came out. I liked that. House of Independence. Great venue. I enjoyed that show. Ending things hardcore. Now, wait, I should say you're from Belmar, the shore town, right? Because I think there's also a Belmar.
Yes.
right? Isn't there also a BELLMAWR? Because Jersey likes to do things in very confusing fashion.
Yeah, I'm not from the confusing one. I'm right at the shore.
I'm sure they say the same thing about you guys, though. That you're the confusing one.
Yeah, that's true.
That's cool. I love New
they
Jersey.
probably do.
Everybody knows I love New Jersey. Also, I'd imagine late June. We're taping this late June, living down the Jersey Shore. If you lived it, is it like 8 months of the year it's desolate, and then 4 months of the year Belmarsh just overrun with drunk people?
Yeah, it makes me so mad because like every day I go for a ride by the beach in my car, and like I'm a bad driver and I get pretty bad like road rage, and so like during the summer months it gets crazy, and like I just want to punch someone, like because it's so crowded, and like all the rest of the year I had the streets to myself and it was quiet, and now it's just like it feels like it's not my town anymore.
Never has a more Jersey Shore native couple sentences been uttered. It's like, this is my town most of the year, and now I cruise down the boardwalk, I want to punch everybody in the face. Very Jersey Shore. Real Jersey Shore. Not MTV Jersey Shore. Not spray tans and crazy accents. Real Jersey Shore. We live here. Send those bennies home. Send those bennies home.
Exactly.
I bet a lot of people listening don't know what a benny is. I am a benny, technically, right? You know that.
Yeah.
For any...
Yeah, there used to be like a section in the newspaper where it would be like, it'd show a picture of someone and it would say Benny or local, and you had to guess. And like the next week, I would tell you.
For anybody who's listening,
and I thought that was the funniest thing.
For anybody who's listening, I'll explain. To my understanding, you correct me if I'm wrong. So, Jersey Shore is a very popular summer destination. People go there. A lot of people like to party. So it becomes overrun with people in their 20s partying. And the year-round natives have taken to calling those people bennies, because I believe it stands for Bergen, Essex, Newark, New York, meaning the people from Bergen and Essex counties, people from Newark and New York come down and invade. Bennies. Is that true? Is that what you've heard?
Yeah.
I think
That's exactly it.
There's other variations of what they might stand for, but I've always heard Bergen, Essex, Newark, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
And all my friends...
Oh, go for it.
Sorry. Yeah, all my friends, I go to college in New York, and like they're all like, Jersey sucks, and I'm like, oh my God, it's my pride and joy.
Oh.
Like the only reason I left was to like broaden my horizons a little bit, but like I always want to go back, and I love it coming home.
Oh, that's all I want. Comedian, I'm up all night doing sets. I got to run around going to shows and clubs, Brooklyn and Manhattan, so I got to be on the subways. If I didn't, back to Jersey in a heartbeat. Jersey's the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, Did you want to talk about Jersey for an hour? Is that why you called? Because I'm down, but I imagine I should cut that off because I could, so I should cut that off and ask you what you called for.
No, I mean, I could talk about it for an hour, but that's not exactly why I called. So, like I said, I go to college in New York, and I have a group of friends there, and it's I don't want to compare it to the TV show Friends, but like all my roommates are dating like these other like roommates that are boys, and they're all dating, kind of. And there's only one boy who's not dating anyone in my room. Or like, I'm sorry, it's so confusing. But I told him that I liked him because I like him like a whole lot, and I told him about it. And like I sound like a teenage girl, but like I don't like people a whole lot, like in general. So for me to like someone and actually tell them about it, it was like the biggest thing I've ever done in my life.
Wow. I got to say, you saying I like him a whole lot, heart-melting. One of the most heartwarming moments in the history of this show. This is a simple...
Really?
Some of these calls get very dark, complex, layered. Then there's something to be said for, I like a boy. I told him it was scary. That's gripping stuff in its own right.
Yeah.
How'd it go? How'd he react?
Yeah, I feel like there's like so much backstory to this, so that's what makes it hard, but like I'll try to do it the best I can. He's kind of like asexual, but he's not, because then he would be, but like he's never told any one of his friends. Like I've talked to his friends and he's never said he liked a girl like his whole life. So like he's very distant in that aspect. So I told him, and, like, we had been talking for, like, 2 years. Like, we've really gotten to know each other, and, like, I've never met someone more like me. And so, yeah, I at first I said, like, I don't know if this is sudden or if you were expecting it, because he's, like, very hard to read. And he was like, no, I think I sort of knew. Like, I sort of knew you liked me. And I was like, okay. And I told him, I told him right before, like, the last day of school, because I wanted a break, like that 3-month period where, like, if he did like me, then great, we would see each other over the summer. And if he didn't, then I would have that space and that distance to get over it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I told him, I was like, I wanted to tell you before the summer. And then he was like, so I could think about it. And I was like, okay. And then, like, he was like, yeah, I don't know how to respond. And I was like, in my head, that was honestly, like, if anyone else said that, I would be, like, discouraged. But because it was him and he, like, doesn't show any emotion, like, in that regard, I was kind of happy. He, when he said he knew he liked me, like, he didn't pull away from me, like, at all. Like, in the past couple of months, we've been just getting closer and closer. So I thought it was good. The only problem was, like, I didn't get any closure. Like, I wish he kind of said was like, yes, I like you, or like, no, I don't like you, because now I have 3 months to be like, he sort of likes me. Like, I don't know. It's very weird.
That's rough. Do want to say, I do want to quote you. You did say one sentence I really loved. You said he's asexual, but he's not, because then he would be, which is perhaps the most millennial sentence ever said. For our older listeners, I think I'm just outside of the millennial range, but I think I am known as someone who kind of gets it with my work. I think I'm known for millennials tend to see me as an old head who maybe gets it. The sentence, he's asexual, but he's not, because then he would be. For many of our older listeners, they are viewing that as the most millennial. That takes the crown. That takes the title belt as far as most millennial thing ever said.
Well, yeah.
No, where's he from? He doesn't live on the East Coast, huh? He goes to school in New York, but he doesn't live around here, else you guys could hang out, explore this.
Yeah, he's from Long Island, so not too far, but like a 4-hour drive from here.
Mm-hmm. People don't realize, people think Jersey and Long Island must be right near each other. Nope. Long Island is a real island. You have to travel pretty far to get to it. And then when you're on Long Island, people don't realize you can drive forever and still be in Long Island. I've made that mistake.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. You guys talking on the texting, Snapchatting, Facebooking? Nah, Facebook is too played out. You're too young. You don't like Facebook. You're too young. You like Instagram and Snapchat, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like we have now I sound like so young and stupid. But
no,
like,
not stupid. Young, yes. I hate when people write off young people as stupid. It's not the truth. You sound young, but you don't sound stupid.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
But yeah, like we have a 60-day snap streak. So that's good, I guess.
I want to say you just dethroned the prior sentence. 60-day snap streak is actually the most millennial thing I've ever heard.
Like I knew it when I was saying it. I hate myself sometimes.
No, can't apologize. Young people, we make young people apologize for being young. I hate that. Young people are. Once I lose touch with young people as a comedian, as an artist, retiring. I got no time for it. You got to stay in touch with the youth, man. You got to stay in touch. 60-day snap streak. That being said, I have Snapchat on my phone. Legit do not know what it is for. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So what
So
So you said he's asexual. Is that just his vibe, or is that something he has said as far as, is that how he has defined his own sexuality?
No, like it's just how everyone kind of sees him. Like I'm very good friends with his roommate, and he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure doesn't even like look at oh my god, I just said his name, I'm so sorry.
We'll bleep that. We're gonna mark the time code. We're gonna bleep his name. That's okay. It's also perhaps the most common name in the English language, so I think you're good. It's one of the top 2 male names.
Anonymous.
Yeah, no, we'll bleep it. Don't worry.
Okay. And yeah, so his roommate was like, I don't think he's ever liked anyone. Like I don't think he even looks in the direction of girls or boys or anyone. Like he just never expresses his feelings towards that. And then it was interesting though, because like as we were getting to know each other, his roommate kind of like changed his mind, and he was like, I don't know, like now I'm kind of doubting it. Like he seems to like you in a better way than most people. So that made me feel good, because like I've never been in a relationship. I've never had a relationship. I'm not ugly, but I'm not the prettiest girl out there. So like boys don't usually attract towards me. I don't know.
Wow. Now,
so it was a good feeling.
Now I have to ask, and I'm not asking you to speculate, and I'm not saying this with any judgment in my tone. I hope this is true, but I think there's something to be said for world more so than ever, young people in particular, a real beautiful moment, a movement lately, culturally, of being open-minded. You said he doesn't seem interested in people. College is also an age where I think people tend to figure out their own sexuality. Is there any thought to you of like, he might be figuring that out? He might define him. There might be a part of him that's keeping that guarded because he's not exactly sure where he lands on that spectrum. Is that something you've thought about?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I definitely think he's never been presented with the thought of like liking someone. And then when I told him I liked him, then like kind of forced him maybe to think about who he's attracted to, whether it's girls, boys, no one. Like, it depends. And like, I mean, I want to give him that space, and I don't want him to force any decisions I don't want to force him at all. And I think part of it might be he's figuring it out. And I just want to give him his time with that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's the way it should be. Hey, I'm going to put this out here. I like you. Now go take your time. Take a summer. Sort it out. You come back next fall and you say, hey, I think maybe I'm swinging the other direction. That's great. You figured it out. I gave you your space. I think that's cool.
Thanks.
I don't like that you said you're not the prettiest. I don't like that. That breaks my heart. I don't like...
I mean, I don't think I'm ugly by any standards. Like, I don't know. I'm okay looking. I'm fine with the way I look. I accept it.
That's good. I mean, because it is. I look in the mirror. I'm like, I'm not an Adonis, but you know what I don't like? I don't know. Maybe you tell me if I'm overreacting. I don't like that in our culture, young women have to even gauge themselves. I just don't think it's cool that sentence even needs to come out of your mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
One thing that really bothers me is that, like, I used to, like I said, I go to school in New York, and, like, you know, catcalling's a big thing. And, one time this guy said something to me. Like, he was, like, I think he was homeless. It doesn't matter. But he was like, oh, hey, pretty girl. And I was like, or, like, it was something worse to that effect, but he said something to me. And, like, it was so sad because for a moment I felt, like, good about myself. And I was like, oh, someone noticed me. But then, like, I feel like it's so messed up that, like, I have to be harassed in order to feel beautiful. Like, it doesn't, like, that's not how things should be.
That is heartbreaking.
Not okay.
That is heartbreaking. That is also that is also, you see sometimes, you know, I've seen it on Facebook, or I've seen a couple videos online where there are some men who are like, I'm giving compliments. People should feel good. Like, this is the argument that some catcallers give for why they're actually performing a public service, which is not the case, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad, but hopefully it'll get better. I don't know.
Oh, I think it always does. And you sound like such a confident person. You sound like confident. You don't sound. Sometimes people call this show and they're more nervous than I've ever heard a human being be. You're down to just talk. You seem so confident and cool.
That's the first time anyone's ever said that to me.
Really?
I'm not super confident at all.
Oh, you're shy. And it's this call is your secret outlet. So this phone call is your secret outlet to get all these hidden thoughts out into the world.
Definitely. Like, I told my therapist I also have depression. But it's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing.
That's okay.
Like, I told her, but like those, like, I don't want to discredit her as a therapist, but like sometimes I don't think she gets what I'm saying. And like, she's so nice. Like, I don't want to like hurt her feelings by going to like a different therapist. But then I'm also like, I need to see someone who understands what I'm talking about.
Well,
but like, that was a lot. yeah, I told her about it, and I told my best friend, but, like, I don't know. It's, like, nice to just talk about it, and it's just very cathartic to, like, I feel like like, especially with my best friend, I feel like I'm bothering her. Like, she would never say that. She's always like, oh, I'll listen to whatever you have to say. I'm supportive. But, like, I don't know. To a certain point, you're, like, in my own brain, I'm like, she doesn't want to hear about this. Like, don't bother it with her. So it's nice that you kind of have to listen.
I do.
I get to talk.
It's my job. I'm on the clock. You say whatever. Can't hang up. Can't hang up.
No.
I'm shackled to this phone call. No escape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the nice thing. Not for you, I guess, but I think for me.
No, I'm enjoying this greatly. You seem like such a sweet person. We come from the same place. I feel a real bond. I'm feeling a real connection, a real comfort here. I hope you feel the same.
Yeah.
Now,
I do. Like, when I was on hold, my heart, like, literally started racing, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say, because, like, to be honest, I just woke up at, like, 12, because I wasn't feeling so good, so I slept all day, and then, like, I was like, so nervous, but now, like, that I'm actually talking with you, it feels like I'm talking to, like, a friend who I've known forever. Like, it really does.
Well, nice. Well, it sounds like you have an affinity for non-masculine boys. And I think I fit right into that slot. Nobody ever claimed I was the alpha energy. Nobody ever claimed I was a pit bull of a man.
No, I'm attracted to all sorts of men. I love men.
So you're boy crazy. You're a little boy crazy.
Yeah, like more now. Like when I was younger, I like really didn't like anyone, and I think like once my sophomore year of college happened, which was last year, I just like kind of, I don't know, it all kicked in. Like puberty happened. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer too. And now all of a sudden you're just like, you're on the prowl. Now
Yeah, I guess so.
Hold on. Jersey Shore Summer Fling. This is like a classic New Jersey experience. You live in Belmar. Why don't you thinking about hooking up with some Benny? Some Benny who's down here for 2 weeks? You know what? On that hot question, hot ask, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a break. Because I'm telling anybody who grows up in the New York metro area knows a fling with a Jersey Shore fling, a legit question. Can't wait to hear the answer. In the meantime, though, we got advertisers. They make the show happen. Check out what they have to offer. Use the promo codes. Really helps Beautiful Anonymous out when you do. We'll be right back with more phone call. It's a fresh new year. 2018 has begun, and you're probably setting new goals for your business, right? Look, it's extremely difficult to reach those goals without the right people on your team, and ZipRecruiter has transformed how you go about finding those people. ZipRecruiter posts your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with just one click. Then, ZipRecruiter actively looks for the most qualified candidates, invites them to apply. Okay, they'll review every application. They'll identify those top candidates. You're not going to miss a great match with ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different, okay? Other hiring sites, ZipRecruiter is not like them. ZipRecruiter does not depend on the right candidates finding you. It finds them. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes and industries to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. Right now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right. Post your jobs up there for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/beautiful. That's ZipRecruiter.com/beautiful. One more time. You want to try it for free? Go to ZipRecruiter.com/beautiful. Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. I love therapy. I stand by therapy. I've been a public advocate for therapy, and I like anything that makes therapy accessible, modern, easy for you to try. I know you can't imagine fitting anything else into your life, right? Well, with Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message. Get something off your chest whenever you need to. Talk about everyday challenges at work, at home, chat about life. There's no judgments. There's also no commutes, no leaving the office. It's easy. You just need a computer with an internet connection or the Talkspace mobile app. You can improve your mental health. Take care of your physical health. Take care of your mental health already. Step up and do it. Remember, therapy is also, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It's not always just about venting your innermost thoughts or digging into childhood memories. It's about practical, everyday strategies for stress management, for living a happier life. Having a therapist simply provides you a designated person to talk to, someone who's trained to listen, someone who can help you make some positive changes. And the Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing life challenges we all face. To match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/beautiful. Use the code BEAUTIFUL to get $30 off your first month. Show your support for this show. That's beautiful at Talkspace.com/beautiful. Thanks so much to all the advertisers who take a chance on this show. It means so much. Thank you guys a million times over. Now, let's get back to the phone call. Thinking about hooking up with some Benny? Some Benny who's down here for 2 weeks?
Probably not. It's so hard to explain because, I am boy crazy, in a sense where, I see a guy and I'll be like, oh my God, he's so cute. I would kiss his face. I would do everything.
Shit, I would kiss his face?
Yeah.
So you see boys right now, you are a teenager you just proclaimed that puberty is fully kicking in for you currently, little late bloomer. And your instinct, you'll see a boy walk down the street, you want to run up and just smooch all over his face.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow, okay.
I wouldn't actually do it, but I want to.
I hear you. No, consent. Consent is very important. Very important.
Yeah.
And you've never been in a relationship, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had my first kiss yet. I'm
really?
21.
You're 21.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're looking for that kiss. You want to kiss some face.
Yeah. It's and I know it doesn't matter what age it happens, but it just feels like I'm late to the party, I guess.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, you're laughing about it, and it'll come in time. And I bet it'll be rad when it goes down. And you know what? Now you're of legal drinking age, and if you really want to just get that first kiss over with, I think that's going to be an asset in your quest.
Yeah, yeah. Part of me wants to just get it over with, and I'm sure it could happen easily at any bar.
Yeah, I mean,
event that.
You live in Belmar, New Jersey, and you're 21. If you really want it to happen, you could make it happen. It's summer in Belmar.
Yeah. Exactly. And but at the same time, I do want it to be special. And I'm thinking I'm not just, I don't think I should just give it, I act like it's a big thing, a kiss, but I should just do it if I don't have feelings for the person or anything. I do want it to be special. And I don't know if that's stupid of me or I don't know. I feel like it should be special. I don't know.
Of course. And I think one of the fun things is, it's easy to overthink this, but one of the fun things is it'll be special, whether it's with your asexual boy crush or whether it is you have a couple drinks one night and you're out at the bar at closing time. I bet when it does happen, it's going to happen. You seem like the type of person that you seem like you have such a good, you've clearly thought hard about this. And I bet when it goes down, it's going to go down because you're thumbs up, I'm comfortable, this is the way it should be. I bet it's going to feel special, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You got any plans to meet up with this boy?
Yeah, I overthink everything.
I get that. You and me, similar people. You and me cut from the same cloth. Kids from New Jersey who overthink things and fall in love with unattainable people. Yes, we have a lot in common.
Yeah, sometimes I overthink to the point where I have a headache. It's just it's not good. I create problems in my head a lot. That's a big thing that I have problems with.
I get that.
But
I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Lifelong fight against that.
Yeah.
You said you slept in because you're sick. Was that physical, or is that part of this? You got the depression, you got the anxiety?
It's both, I think, because I've just been having a very rough week, and and for no reason at all. Nothing happened that would make me upset, but I just am. And then I also have juvenile diabetes, and my A1C numbers are just incredibly high, and like I'm doing everything, and I don't know why they're acting up, but
That's a bummer. And now juvenile diabetes, does that stick with you for your whole life, or is that something that as you get older it fades away, or does that just mean it sets in when you're a kid?
no, it sticks with you your whole life. I got it when I was 1, so I've had it
When you were
forever,
1?
it feels like.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a factor in your life.
Yeah. It's more of an inconvenience than anything else, I would say.
Yeah, do you have to do injections?
It could be a lot worse.
You got one of those hip packs? What are we...
Yeah, I do injections like with they're called like pen needles. I had like a pump, but that was the worst in my opinion. Like, cause especially when I was in high school or like not high school, middle school, I had it, and like it sticks out of your skin, and like people were like bumping into it, and it was like falling out, and I had like an Omnipod, so it's like portable, and like it was the worst, and I hated it.
Yeah, middle school is not a time you want to be different in any way, let alone have a device implanted in your skin that randomly falls out. I would imagine that's not the ideal middle school setup for a shy, anxiety-riddled young lady.
Yeah, like no one ever really, I mean, I didn't particularly like my middle school or high school, but like, I mean, no one gave me a hard time really about it, so that was nice. Like, I remember only one time, or like times, like a kid asked me like, "Oh, what's on your arm?" And I was like, "Oh, I have a mechanical arm," and I just like made up a story. And, like,
nice.
Just kind of went with that.
That's nice. I like you. We're same. Did you do what? Because so you hid out throughout high school, you played it chill. Mm-hmm. Did you do a ton of activities? Were you an activities person?
Not really. I just did. I did like the plays and stuff, and I've done improv my whole life, like since I was 8.
What?
So I've done that. Yeah.
Where do you do improv when you're 8 in New Jersey?
Yeah, it's like my uncle. He always loved improv and things like that, and he was a high school teacher. And like to make a little extra money over the summer, he would do like improv classes at this rec center near our house. In actually, and
well, let's be careful because people can almost definitely find out who your uncle is now. So let's invoke the rule of
true.
Can we be cool and not? Maybe we should bleep the name of the town.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Good town, quality town. I got family that lives near that town. That's a quality town.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just talking just like you. So
no apologies. And you drop a good Jersey reference with me. Everybody knows that's a good way to butter me up.
Yeah, so like me and my sister were forced to do this like improv class over the summer. And like I just happened to really like it. My sister didn't like it. She quit after like the first year. And then I just stuck with it. And now I love it. And like I'm a part of my college's team, and like I love it.
Now hold on a second. Because here's another thing we have in common, but here's the thing I want to explore. Because people used to ask me this as well. So I want to ask you your version of this. You're very shy. You're very shy. You've said you don't usually express things. This phone call is an outlet. You don't usually talk this much. You don't usually like people. You don't usually reach out to people. Never been kissed. You're shy. You're trying to figure it out. And yet you get on stage since you're 8. Get on stage in college, New York City, intimidating place. How is it that you're so expressive on stage and yet you clam up off stage? People used to ask me as well. I wonder what your answer is.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I feel like in my personal life, I'm very like I said, like shy and introverted. But at the same time, I've always wanted like attention, but never knew how to get it, I guess. And like it's like weird because I crave attention, but also reject it when it comes my way in a sense. And so like I feel like improv was like my attempt to like get attention, and like maybe not. I didn't do this like subconsciously, but I've thought about it too. So I was like, I think improv was like my way of getting attention and for people to see like I don't want to like be cocky or anything, but like see that I'm funny or like that I'm like smart and like witty sometimes. And then then like kind of leave it up there, leave it up on stage that people like, oh, she's like cool. But then like when I'm normal, I could just be shy and introverted, I guess.
I'm going to go ahead and make a proclamation. I've never felt like I had more in common with a caller to this show than a young person spending that summer in Jersey, wondering if their college crush is thinking about them too, feeling shy off stage. The only place people see the real me is on stage. I can't figure out how to summon that to the depths in my regular life, nor do I know if I even want to. The only difference between me and you is that I had my first kiss at 15, but that was a miracle. Lost my virginity at 17, and that was only because I found someone extremely kind, we dated for many years, and that was happenstance. That's going to happen for you. I don't think I've ever felt more in common with a person than you, my young New Jersey friend.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels good not to be alone in all of this.
Me and you were in it together.
Yeah. And like, oh my God, this is a little bit of a digression, but not really, I guess. Like, last year I went to DCM and I saw you at like the midnight shows.
Oh, for anybody who doesn't know, DCM is the Del Close Marathon. It's an annual improv festival the Upright Citizens Brigade puts on. Theater where I started 17 years ago. It's like a big celebration, big comedy celebration. You saw me in all those crazy late night shows. You didn't see me do any actual good shows, huh?
No, like I was supposed to be there all 3 days because like my team was performing one of the days.
Yeah.
But I got sick like the first night because it takes so much out of you just like waiting outside and
you get
in line.
sick a
And
lot.
like I was exhausted and
You get sick
and like
a lot.
we stayed up. We watched shows. Yeah, we watched shows until like 5 a.m, and then we're like, we gotta go. Like I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's fun though. Fun times.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Is this boy does improv with you? He's part of your group?
No, but he comes to all the shows though because we are good friends, and then like his roommate also does it. But like last year, it was just me. It wasn't his roommate that did it, and he still came to the shows, so that was good.
I think you're gonna wind up A-okay. I think you're gonna wind up A-okay. How's that sound?
That would be ideal. I hope.
Yeah. I think you got a lot to offer. You like what?
I forget what I was going to say already.
I was going to say, I think you have a lot to offer. I think you're a very emotionally in tune, well-spoken young person. I think you're hiding out a little too much. I think you know that. I think you're going to figure out how to stop doing that. And I think you're going to rock ass all over this world. Whatever you choose to do. I don't know why I went with that phrase, but I just think it's going to apply to you.
No, that's always been my number one goal, to rock ass. So, yeah, I hope you do it.
My number one goal is to rock ass. Way to stick it to me. The quiet sarcasm that I said something dumb. Well done. Well done.
No, I love that. I'm going to use that phrase.
I do. I think you're going to come out. What do you study? Yeah, what do you study in school?
I study business management and marketing.
Is that what you want to do? Or you want to do comedy?
I mean, it's not I never really knew what I wanted to do. And like, I went to college, like, wanting to open my own thrift store. That was like my main goal. That's like what I wanted to do.
My own thrift
store. But then I realized yeah. And then like I realized very quickly that like that takes a lot of work and time and energy that I know I don't have and don't have the passion for.
Yeah.
But I kind of just stuck with it. Cause like, I mean, I didn't not like the classes or anything. They were fine. And like I was doing fairly well. And, so I stuck with it. But, like, ideally, I would love to be in comedy or even music. I love to sing and play piano. But, yeah.
That's cool. Well, I can say from my end, getting a degree that you don't really care about because you don't feel like starting a new major, at least in my experience, turns out pretty okay.
Yeah.
Turns out pretty okay.
Yeah.
I picked one a lot easier than business, though. That's a good degree to have. That's a good degree to have if you ever need to. That's what you should do. You get a degree like that, business management. You chase your music dreams, you chase your comedy dreams. They don't work out. You can go manage a business. It's a pretty good fallback plan.
Yeah, I was like, it's broad enough that like I could pretty much go into anything, like if I really wanted to, if I'm not exactly sure what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I thought I mean, it's good.
Yeah. And a thrift shop. Why'd you want to start a thrift shop?
Oh, I didn't say, a thrift shop.
Did you not say that?
Like, there's one near my house. No, I did. I'm sorry. I'm always like a little bit flustered. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for some reason we were totally comfortable for like the first 35 minutes of this, and now I'm making you extremely nervous, and I'm not sure why.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I know what it is.
I'm all over the place.
I know what it is. I said some compliments, and you can't handle that. I said some positive things. You didn't like that. You've been flustered ever since. You're probably beet red in the basement. You're beet red, and your insulin levels are skyrocketing.
Yeah, they probably are. My face is probably red. I mean, I have pink, like, skin, so...
Is that right, though? You've been giggling ever since I said that you seem cool and full of potential. Is that, am I right, or am I forcing that?
No, I mean, I didn't notice it, but you're probably right.
Been giggling like a mad woman ever since.
Yeah, I have the giggles all the time.
Oh,
it's not good.
I've picked up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, you must be so happy and well put together," and I'm like, "Haha, no."
Yeah. Yeah, similar people. The dialogue in your head doesn't always match what's going on. What the people
exactly.
see. People see, and what's going on inside, they don't always match.
Mm-hmm.
But you're seeing a therapist.
Definitely.
You're finding ways to express yourself. I think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to therapy yesterday, and I was so embarrassed because, like, I came an hour early because I thought it was at 5, but it wasn't. It was at 6, and then I just sat in the waiting room for an hour because I had nothing better to do.
I had therapy yesterday as well. I had therapy on Skype.
Really?
Yeah. Me and you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where I didn't have all that much to say, but I was still glad I did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always good just to say something.
Yeah, well, it's also nice to remember you've set aside an hour of your life to care for yourself and hold that in reserve so that should you need to say something, you have it. I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I didn't even know I had depression until I hit, like, a wall, like, last summer. Like, all of a sudden, I was just like, I'd rather not exist anymore. Like, I didn't necessarily want to kill myself or anything like that. But, like, if I could just, like, evaporate and dissolve into, like, the universe, that would be perfect.
Bummer.
But then I told my mom, I was like, I need to talk to someone, I think. And then she was like, okay. And then, like, going to therapy really helped. And I feel a lot better. So
that's good. That's super.
It's getting better.
Kudos to you that you just pulled the trigger and went for that. Took me years.
Yeah.
It's very responsible of you.
Yeah, I think I have, like, enough self-control to know that I would never do anything to myself or, like, hurt myself or anything.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's good. So it's just a matter of figuring out how to not feel that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like you got some good parents.
Oh, they're great. I love them so much.
That's cool. We got about 20 minutes
like I never
left.
went through...
Oh, you go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like I never went through that phase where I was like, oh, I hate my mom or like I hate my dad. Like I've always been really close with them and like we love each other a lot. So that sounded weird when I said it like that, but
I never had that. There was a stretch.
We're close.
There was a stretch where I felt very distant because of some when I was your age, when I was 19, my parents sold my childhood home. They also didn't know I was falling into the pit of what would later come to be a critically praised depression. Many years later, it would be met with critical praise via HBO. But they sold my house in the midst of that, and I cut them off for a summer. I didn't want to talk to them that much. But I always loved my parents. My parents are the best. I always had me and my dad. My dad was hard working, stressed out, man. There was stress. I also realized my mom, very Irish Catholic, and kind of used my dad as a tool of like, when your father gets home, we will deal with this. So I was kind of scared of my dad, and my dad would just walk in and be like, hey, how's it going? And I'd be like, ah! Like so scared because of the setup, and that was not fair to my dad. So my dad and I had to kind of realize, my dad's a pretty rad dude. My dad's retired now.
Yeah.
He's into photography. He takes lots of pictures of animals he sees. It's a pretty sweet life.
Yeah, he sounds amazing.
Pretty good guy. I'm lucky. Very lucky. Now we got 20 minutes left. What else do we want to talk about? Okay, I'm going to put it on the table. This first kiss.
Okay.
This first kiss. We getting it over with this summer? We got to commit to this, or are we just going to let it roll?
Okay.
What do you think? I don't know. I'd pause there and just note about myself. For someone who has made many claims throughout his career that like punk rock is this guiding influence, I sure do spend a whole lot of time talking about how much I like my dad, like the most punk rock impulse. But it's the truth. Anyway, since I've broken up the flow, we might as well hear from our advertisers, our sponsors, the people who help me bring this show to you for free. Do check out what they have to offer. I think there's a lot of cool stuff. Use the promo codes. It helps Beautiful Anonymous when you do, and we'll be right back. Everybody's got New Year's resolutions right now. Here's one you can actually keep. Add Stamps.com to your business. It'll make you save a ton of time and money this year. I can vouch for this. I've vouched for it before. I will tell you, my wife, my lovely, beautiful wife who I love, is a musician, and her band put out an album. And we're talking DIY. We're talking punk rock. We're talking a lot of LPs sitting in my house that they need to get boxed up and out the door. Do you know how much time it saved to be able to use Stamps.com from the comfort of our own home? Her bandmates would come over, print things out, bring them all, drop them all off. Right, it saved a lot of time, saved a lot of money. It was a lifesaver. And it helped a small business run. I've seen it with my own eyes. Been in a living room watching it happen. Stamps.com brings all the amazing services of the U.S. Postal Service right to your computer. It's a better way to get postage, okay? You can use your own computer to print official U.S. postage for any letter or package. No more lugging mail. You can have the mailman pick it up. You don't even have to leave your office. It is hassle-free. Saves you time and money. I can endorse it, big thumbs up personally, because I've watched it go down. I've used it. You've heard about it. It's a good time. Right now, you too can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. If you want a happier new year, go to Stamps.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage. Type in beautiful. That's Stamps.com. Enter beautiful. Thank you again so much to everybody who helps make this show happen. Now let's finish off this phone call. We getting it over with this summer? We got to commit to this, or are we just going to let it roll?
Okay.
What do you think?
Maybe I'll just do it. Because,
I don't want to force it. I'm not trying to force you to smooch.
No. I know. I won't let other... I mean, trust me, my friends have been just do it. And I'm like, no. It's ultimately up to me. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would be good for me in a sense. Just maybe go out and have fun for one. And
you gotta have something. Fun. Hey, here's the thing I'll say, and it doesn't necessarily just relate to kissing. You gotta go out and have fun. Mm-hmm. You gotta give yourself permission to do that. And believe me, if you clearly know my work, you're an improv nerd. These are my people. If there's anybody who's lived like you have, it's me from New Jersey, depressed. You gotta. My main regret. I'll tell you, one of my main regrets in life is there was a stretch of life where it was expected for me to have a lot of fun, and I had almost no fun. And if I could get those years back, I would. And I don't say that about too many stretches of my life as far as regrets go, but I think about a few of those years at Rutgers where I knew, and it was medical, and it was hard, and it was scary, and if there's any regret, it's just, man, I could have had more fun.
Yeah.
I was scared, I was sad, I was hurting, it needed treatment, I didn't get that treatment you have. I think that's so beautiful and commendable. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun while you're young.
Yeah.
Jersey
I've
Shore.
definitely noticed that a lot of times when I'm feeling sad or I don't want to interact with people, in my head I'm don't go out because you're just going to be sad and you'll want to go home. But every time I do go out when I'm sad, I always end up having a good time and feeling better. And I'm why don't I just tell myself that? Because I know it's true. So just go out.
Well, I'm pretty convinced. Because you have that feeling, I'm going to be bummed out. I'm going to feel out of place. I'm going to bum other people. I'm going to harsh everybody else's good time. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants me around doing that. But I'm also pretty convinced. I am convinced that depression is this thing that wants to live on. It wants to dominate. And that internal dialogue spends a lot of time convincing you to listen to it. And that when you do those things that go in the other direction, you actually conquer it, I feel like that's the depression going, hey, don't go out. Don't go out. You don't want to be miserable. You make other people miserable. You listen to that. That's so it can survive. It's like anything else. It's like any other organism. It wants to survive.
Yeah, exactly. And I keep telling myself that. And I hope I'm getting better. I think I am.
Yeah.
But
I hope so too. You got any pals down in Belmar? You got your Jersey Shore pals?
Yeah, I have friends from high school, but I don't really talk to them all that much. My closest friend I have my best friend is down here, and she's we're sisters basically at this point.
You hang out a lot?
Yeah, it's it's one of those friendships where when we hang out, we literally do nothing. We'll just sit on the couch and maybe not even have the TV on, and we'll just maybe fall asleep. We're that comfortable with each other.
That's a good friend.
Yeah.
And they go to a different school?
Yeah.
You don't see them except for the summers?
Yeah, she stayed home. She went to a community college near us.
I'm almost certain I know which one. As a Jersey resident,
Yeah.
I am certain I know which one. Oh, a Jersey Shore kid at a community college? Oh, really? Assume it's named after
I don't want to give myself away.
We'll bleep it,
yeah,
but I assume it's got to be, right?
Oh, no, it's close. It's actually...
Ah, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. We're bleeping all those names. We're bleeping all those names, but I guessed the wrong one. Son of a bitch. I feel like an asshole.
But that was a very, very good guess, I would say.
Right? Although I don't think that's actually a community college. Who cares? Anyway, who cares?
My sister went there, but... Oh, my God, I just said that. But it's okay.
It's
she
all
won't
right.
care. She doesn't listen. But,
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, she went to the other place that you said, and I consider it community because that's where everyone goes.
Yeah, it's where everybody goes down there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, my best friend, we go, we drive together all the time. We listen, we blast the music when we're driving. It's always fun hanging out with her.
It sounds fun. You guys ever do fun things that don't happen in the isolation of a car?
Oh yeah, we go to a lot of concerts together. Whenever I go to a show, I invite her with me, and it was funny though because I invited her to your show a few weeks ago, and she said yes, and then we were but then something came up and she couldn't come, and then I was oh, I have an extra ticket and I don't know who to ask, so I invited my other friend who lives in the area, and then when you were who forced someone to go to this show, I was oh my God, don't raise your hand. I didn't mean to force you, but I kind of did.
That's okay. Your friend bailed and then you had to convince somebody. That's okay. Some people like me. Some people like me and actively want to come to my shows.
No, I didn't mean that as a thing at you. But
sick burn.
A drive at you.
A sick burn, yeah. You burned me hard, dude.
I would definitely say you're just niche, a little bit.
What was that?
I just say like you're like a niche comedian. Like
I'm a niche. Oh,
people
great.
who know you like love you.
Oh, God. It's my nightmare.
No, in the best way, in the best sense.
What do I got? How many years do I gotta... how many years do I gotta go before I'm
you're
not
great.
niche? I was niche back when I still had a full, respectable hairline, and I'm still niche now. And
No, I don't mean to hurt you at all.
oh, God.
Oh, my God,
I just threw my glasses on the table. Oh, God. Niche.
I feel so bad. No, we were so good.
No, someday mainstream, someday I'll be embraced.
No, like
Have
my
some
other
stability.
favorite comedian is a Bo Burnham, and like I wouldn't consider him mainstream.
But
like,
be honest.
Maybe that's just me.
Let's be honest. Would you consider Bo Burnham as more mainstream and successful than me? Be honest.
I mean, in terms of like my friends knowing him, I would say yes, but like it doesn't mean he's better.
And in terms of the financial stability and long-term career prospects too.
No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that
Who are
at
your
all.
Let's be honest, and you can be honest again. Be honest again.
Okay.
Who's number one? Who's number two? Be honest.
Oh my God. I really can't.
We both
I
know
really
it's Bo.
can't pick.
We both know Bo's number one. Come on.
No.
He plays
No,
piano.
I thought this was very different.
He plays piano. He's so charming and
Like
so smart.
his stuff. No, like 'cause his stuff is like all, like I mean, to a certain degree, is all made up, and like it's not really stories from his life or anything like that. It's just like a fabricated show and like experience. Where yours is very authentic and like true and real, and like I feel like it's different.
This is a very nice way of you saying that I'm number two.
No, not at all.
Who are your other favorites?
I would say it's split equal. I really can't. I can't choose.
Who are your other favorites? Oh, God, I'm niche. I'm a niche.
No,
niche
oh my
comedian.
God,
Chris
I'm
Gethard.
so sorry.
Niche.
No. I would say I'm niche in my life, if that makes you feel better.
I'm a 37-year-old relatively successful person at this point who just forced a depressed 21-year-old to give me a pep talk.
I'm so sorry. No, I love you. Like I've never met you, but I love you.
I love you too. Now wait, what's your summer job? What's your summer job?
Well, I just got an internship at an insurance company, and basically I'm just making like cold calls and things like that to different businesses, asking them if they want like employee benefits.
Oh wow. It's gonna be a long summer, huh?
Yeah, like it's so demoralizing at some points because like you just call people and then they like hang up on you and like no one wants your benefits even though you're trying to help them.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Should apply for internship at Chris Gethard Show. Apply for one of those.
I would have. I should have.
We haven't taken them yet. You still can.
Oh my! I will apply. I'm not kidding.
Well, I can't do you any favors. I don't know who you are, and I'm not making any. I don't do the interviews myself. Well, you should apply. Maybe come hang out with us for the summer. Who knows? And then at the end, after our last episode, you quietly say, "Hey, that was me," and then I look you in the eye and go, "I knew the whole time because you have the most distinctive voice I've ever heard."
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just being on here, like. If my friends are listening, they'll know it's me. Like, it's not hard.
They have to. I mean,
to distinguish.
You have a pixie-ish voice. You constantly giggle, and you have just the slight traces of a New Jersey accent. Very distinctive. Very distinctive.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We got 8 minutes left.
Oh my God. Okay. I want to say something like it's stupid, but I want to say something like meaningful and important. Like, I don't know.
The floor is yours. I'm going to shut up. You take a second, think about it.
Oh, no. Like, I mean...
Drop something meaningful and important.
Like, the thing... Like, I want to be, like... You know, I feel like I'm, like... Oh, this is... Now I'm going to sound like such a millennial again. Like, I want to be, like, the cool person in, like, a John Green novel. Like, where, like, you have the cigarette. And, like, that's a metaphor. Like,
John Green.
That he's not my favorite author. Like, I'll be honest, like 100% honest about that. He's not my favorite author at all.
Who is? Who's your favorite author?
I would probably say Bret Easton Ellis is my favorite.
Oh, nice. I was certain you were going to say J.K.
American
Rowling.
Psycho is my favorite. Oh, no. I've never read any of the Harry Potter books, and I should. Everyone loves them.
Me neither. Yet another thing we have in common. People tell me they're great. My wife is like, you in particular would flip out. Harry in the booth is nodding his head yes, that I would flip out over Harry Potter. You get an internship at the Chris Gethard Show. Me and you start a Harry Potter book club. How's that sound?
That sounds amazing, actually. Yeah, I love to read. I could talk about books. I love
millennial
reading.
sentence
I could talk
ever.
about it all day.
That's the least millennial sentence ever said. I love to read. I could talk about books all day.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Like, American Psycho is my favorite book. And, like, I know the book, like, there's so much controversy, like, around that book because it just, I don't know if have you ever read it?
No, I've seen the movie, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, like, the book is, if you could think of the goriest things you've ever heard or read, like, it's hard to read the book in the sense that, like, it's so graphic and violent and just horrible, like, a lot of the things that are being said. But I love it because, like, in a way, it shows, like, how desensitized our society has become towards, like, violence and, like, just how, like, there's so much misogyny and so much racism and things like that. And, like, I just think it's the best book there is. I don't know. I love it.
I love it. I love that you said you wanted to drop something meaningful and profound and then gave us a book report on American Psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I'll never be able to be as poetic as I hope to be.
That's okay. Me neither. Me neither.
I could try, I guess, but no use, I think. But yeah. And then, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I like you, and I think you're going to turn out okay. I think you're going to push through this depression. I really hope you do, because I think you're cool.
Thank you. I think you're cool as well.
Not as cool as Bo Burnham, but I'm pretty cool.
No, equally as cool.
No, he's definitely cooler than I am. He's definitely cooler than I am. Like, all jokes aside, Bo's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Yeah, have you ever met him or anything?
Yeah, it's funny. I met him. There's a big comedy festival in Montreal, and many years ago, I was there, and I was getting some food with a friend, and she was like a mutual friend to both of us, and he sat down, and he was a real sweet dude. And I'll say this too. I only knew Bo as like a YouTube guy, and I think amongst comedians there's a little pretentiousness about like, oh, YouTube star. And I had heard his name and not experienced it much. And then I sat down, and he was such a thoughtful, smart, and he was just a teenager at this point, very thoughtful, smart, open guy. And I immediately said, wow, there's something very special about this person. And then I went back and actually watched all this stuff, and I was like, oh, there is a very clear, quiet brilliance to this that extends well beyond the YouTube stereotype. And Bo and I are not the closest. We've only met once or twice. I assume he will never hear this, but I really, it was really eye-opening. It's one of those, one of those moments every once in a blue moon as a creative person, you wind up around someone else and you go, oh, this person is there's something very, very special about this person. So all jokes about my insecurity about your love of Bo Burnham aside, I do think that there's something very special about him, for sure.
Yeah. I didn't mean to shift it towards him, but like, because I honestly think you're both special in your own ways.
I'm a lot of people's second favorite comedian. I'm a lot of people's second favorite comedian. You don't have to make me feel better about it. I'm happy to be a lot of people's number two. A lot of people's number two.
No way.
A lot of people who love John Mulaney are also pretty all right with me. That's my career. That's okay. That's all right. A lot of people love Mike Birbiglia.
I like him too.
A lot of people love Mike Birbiglia.
God,
tolerate
don't think
me.
Twice. It was great.
Well, yeah, you're an improv nerd.
It was I saw that in theaters, and like I was like, oh my God, that's Chris Gethard. And like my uncle was like, oh my God, he's great. And I was like, you like him too? And I was like, oh my God. And it was like, we had a whole discussion about it.
Be honest, you had to explain who I was to your uncle.
No, I swear he knew. He's all into everything improv too. So.
Oh, that uncle. That's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we got 2 minutes left. I don't know if I've given you what you needed in this call. We got 2 minutes to clear up. What else? What else can we talk about? What do you need? How can I help?
Oh my God, I don't even know. I feel like just talking with you for this hour, it helped me like a lot. Like even though we like, just like I don't know, like it was just talking for me out loud is cathartic in a way.
I hope you do more because you got a lot to say and you're a great conversationalist. Really, you are.
Thank you. I'm just so surprised I actually got on. Like I never thought I would actually be able to talk to you.
It's okay. And let's loop it back around to the beginning. This boy. Why don't you meet up? You gonna meet up at all this summer? You gonna call him? Well, how do you think this is gonna end?
Yeah.
In your heart of hearts, how does this end?
I feel like I won't have the confidence to call him or like be like, hey, let's meet up and do something together. But I don't know. I feel like it's gonna somewhere in my heart, even though like that sounds stupid, but like somewhere like deep down, I have like a visceral feeling like it's gonna work out, and like that's not a feeling I get a whole lot, and it's just I feel okay about him and about how things are gonna turn out.
You say you don't have the confidence. I feel like in 45 seconds when that bell rings, you should call him, see how he's doing. You can talk to me. You can talk to him.
I guess so. Yeah, I hope so.
You're not gonna, are you?
I should.
You're not gonna, though, are you?
Probably not. Most likely not.
Okay. Well, I did my best.
But maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you did as much as you could.
I hope you find your confidence.
It's up to me, I guess.
Sincerely, I hope you find your confidence because you've been a pleasure to talk to.
Thank you.
You seem super cool.
Thank you so much.
I hope people tell you that you're super cool.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Thanks so much to our caller for calling. I hope you are. I hope if you didn't call the asexual boy right after the call, I hope that you're calling him now after you heard it. Because you so clearly like him and you have so much respect for him. And that's the important part, right? Got all that respect for how he's going to handle things. See how it's going to go. I hope you find your confidence. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you to the Reverend John DeLore and Greta Cohn who helped build this show in the early days. And thank you to Jared O'Connell, Harry Nelson in the booth, helping me get through these things. The guiding infrastructure of this ship as it sails wherever you, the listener, wants it to go. Thank you to Shellshag for all the music throughout the show. You guys are the best. Good seeing you the other night. Want to know more about me and if I'm ever getting out on the road? ChrisGeth.com. You can find all that info. If you like the show, rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It really does help so much. So please do so. I'll stop with all the plugs. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your day. Maybe I'll talk to you next time. Thanks so much for listening. Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that enables you to improve your mental health from anywhere at any time. Get matched with a licensed therapist from over 2,000 choices and message them whenever you need to. No commutes and no judgments. For a special offer for our listeners, visit Talkspace.com/beautiful and use the code BEAUTIFUL to get $30 off your first month and show your support for this show. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today. Next time on Beautiful Anonymous, some weird guy says whatever pops into his brain. Yeah, talk me through your internal monologue as you process for the first time a salad spinner. Why don't you just speak out loud what's going through your head, and I'll shut up.
Okay, well, I'm looking at this thing, and first of all, it just looks like a bowl to me, but it's got this little tool on top. Whoa! It actually spins. What do you know? I would literally just buy this just to pull the string like over and over again and just watch it turn around. I wouldn't use this for salad. I'd just put anything in here and just... I could just mix up any little ingredients, huh?
I think you need to buy that. I think you need to purchase that thing you're holding in your hands right now.
Sounds like peer pressure.
How's it peer pressure? You just said you loved it. You just
I'll
flipped
hold
out.
on to it.
That's next time on Beautiful Anonymous.
Hi, Kevin Pollak here. I've been asked to give you a couple of reasons why you should listen and enjoy Kevin Pollak's Chat Show. First of all, I put my name in the title. There's reason number one. What I do is I invite people in from all walks of life, mostly show business, and make them so damn comfortable that they have no option but to spill it all, their trajectory of life and career. And here's some of the great guests that you may tune into as a sampler plate: Tom Hanks, Elon Musk, Seth MacFarlane, Bryan Cranston. That's 4 names, and it's the longest interview that any of them have ever given. Tom Hanks, for example, 2 hours and 42 minutes. He's a talker. Listen to Kevin Pollak's Chat Show podcast every Tuesday right here on the Earwolf Network or wherever you get your podcasts.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.